Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. This summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Okay, welcome to another Friday night in the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Hey, Ketel, you're out there?
Yeah, what's going on?
Everything is cool.
And?
Oh, and Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And this is the Pajama Party, Friday the 13th. Good luck day. Get your black cats and your umbrellas, your ladders, and walk around your poles and
broken mirrors.
Broken mirrors. What else they doing on Friday the 13th?
I don't know. They throw salt over your shoulder.
Throw salt over your left shoulder.
Oh, is it the left shoulder?
Left shoulder, yeah.
All these years, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because you're a young girl.
Oh.
Anyway. Everybody cool tonight?
Yeah.
Good.
All right, okay.
I'm good.
Oh, all right, good.
I'm straight.
Good. Straight, okay. The rundown. You want to let us know what's happening tonight, Ketel?
I sure will. All right. How's everybody tonight?
I've had better days.
It's getting a little chilly. I'm kind of missing that, what they call Indian summer.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's foggy and wet and slippery when it's wet, baby. That's what they say.
I wonder if that's a racist term or not. Uh-oh. You head not to see.
Slippery when it's wet?
No, Indian summer.
It was right there. Slippery when it's wet, baby.
Yeah, that one sounds more.
That's a whole nother term. I was talking about the term Indian summer. I said, I wonder if that's considered a racist term.
Oh, well, here we go. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, I never thought about it till now, but anyway. All right, so what's happening tonight, Cal?
All right. Hot topics tonight. We got Trump kills key Obama. Boy Scouts' decision to welcome girls isn't completely welcome. And also, Jamel Hill is under suspension again. China pleads with Trump to cool it with North Korea threats. Coach Handbag changes their name. Oh, boy. Louisiana sheriff to stay jailed for free labor. Also, Chance the Rapper teams with Lyft to raise more money for Chicago schools. Shooter. And Eminem uploads on Trump in freestyle rap. I can't wait to hear that. What's popping with Poppa DD? Women express NFL coaches' drug habit. We're going to lighten it up. We paid $3.5 million for exorcism admits to tax evasion. Also, skinny dippers disrupt Massachusetts wedding reception and break into Colorado restaurant. That's nothing new. I'm just saying with Redwine, tired of banks taking advantage of us. I know that's right. Got a surprise for us tonight. My Hollywood wrap-up. I got a lot to talk about. Our cocktail of the week. I got a surprise for you tonight also. Our kiss it list and the get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be right back with the hot topics.
You're in the right place at the right time. It's the Pajama Party. www.apajamaparty.com. Produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Don't just sit there yelling at the air. You've got an opinion? We want to hear it too. Dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. Don't let us have all the fun by ourselves. We've got room for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Operators are standing by. Well, they're lounging on pillows, but they're waiting for your calls. So call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Oh, you want to throw pillows?
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm your Ketel.
Hello.
Hey, Ketel, you out there?
Yes.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, bonsoir.
Ketel's not in the studio, so she's down one of those. I think she's in that little circular thing that the construction workers use when they're installing a sewer system.
She's down in a manhole?
Not a manhole.
Oh,
It's the other hole. You said it.
okay.
Freak, she's a freak. Anyway,
you said that.
No, I didn't say manhole. I just said a sewer pipe.
I thought that's what that was.
You a manhole, woman hole? Lord, she's a freak. She's a freak. Anyway. Okay.
Well, anyway, on Hot Topics, I've got the first hot topic tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see.
What's going on?
It's about your boy, 45.
Here we go. Can we do a show without talking about Trump?
We've tried. It just doesn't work. Because he just does stuff. Every day he's doing something.
We didn't talk about Barack every Friday, did we?
Because he didn't misbehave.
Okay.
But anyway, so Trump has now killed the key, what they call Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, the key subsidy for that. So the administration announced last night that they would immediately stop supporting the cost-sharing subsidies that reimburse insurers for reducing the deductions and co-pays for lower-income Affordable Care Act enrollees. So basically, he's sabotaging Obamacare. You know, they couldn't repeal it, so now they're trying to find ways to pick it apart until it dies. So now what this means is that insurers have to continue providing cost-sharing discounts even though they aren't getting paid for them. See, those subsidies used to reimburse them for the discounts that they were offering to low-income people. Well, now he signed something with his little pen that said, no, we're not giving them that money anymore. So now that's jacking the insurers because they still have a contract, I guess, to provide this to provide the service and to provide it at a discount, but they're not getting reimbursed. So as you can see, this is going to totally throw a monkey wrench and potentially destroy the whole program. So a lot of the insurers had anticipated that this was going to happen because he was threatening that he was going to do it like from day one. So some of them had kind of like prepared themselves for it and others did not. So the bottom line is that, like I said, now the insurance discounts that they were getting reimbursed for, they're not going to get. So somebody's going to have to eat that cost. And who do you think that's going to be? You know, the government, this particular article says that this move is going to cost the federal government an estimated $7.2 billion next year because it's going to have to shell out more in premium subsidies to cover the higher tax rates. So the whole thing is like you can't do one thing without messing up something else. But because 45 doesn't understand the way all these things are interconnected,
your boy,
he just does stuff and says, I'm going to do it because this is what I want. I'm going to have it my way. And he doesn't realize that it's almost like a thread and a fabric, you know, on a sweater. Once you pull it and that thing starts unraveling, you think, oh, I'll just yank it real hard and that'll make it better. No, that just makes it unravel faster. So that's basically what he's doing. So all of these people who are part of the plan are going to have problems. The elderly are going to potentially end up paying more. Lower income people potentially could pay more. Younger people that are younger and healthier could end up paying less. But their co-pays could end up being higher. So I don't know who he thinks is being helped by trying to get rid of, quote-unquote, Obamacare. He's not helping anybody. I think he's just looking for something to say, he finally got rid of it. I think maybe if they called it something else, maybe they wouldn't be so trigger-happy, to try to get rid of it. I don't know. So this is definitely not a good thing. That's all I can see. I don't see any good coming out of this at all. And the enrollment period is about to start in about 3 weeks. So tell me this was a coincidence that he decided to now stick a pin in this balloon 3 weeks ahead of the enrollment date. And they cut money to the advertising because the federal government had an advertising budget to advertise to get people to enroll in the Affordable Care Act. And they've cut it by, I think it used to be something like $100 million. They cut it down to like $10 million. So they're not trying to really advertise it. They're not trying to do anything to promote this program. It's almost like trying to starve somebody to death. It's like start withholding food, then start withholding water, and when they finally wither away and die, then you can say, oh, well, we tried, but they died. It's like that's what they're doing with the Affordable Care Act. At least in my eyes, that's what I see.
He signed a special order? Yeah, he signed a special order, you saying?
Yeah, he signed one of his executive orders to kill it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not killing the whole thing. What he did is he just took away the subsidy.
Right, so he's taking it apart piece by piece, so to speak.
Exactly. It's like watching a vulture pick away a carcass. Yeah, how's that for a visual?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's ugly. You got any comments, Poppa DD?
Yeah, I do have a comment on this. Really, I think personally that this is all a distraction, basically. When your back is up against the wall, see, the one thing about life is when you flat out deny something in your life, you have to, if you've done something that you denied, you're 24/7 trying to, clear your tracks. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you come in like he has as a CEO his whole life, as a boss his whole life, as doing deals his whole life, and now you're under the spotlight every day. The ultimate thing you got to do is keep throwing a distraction out there. You got to keep throwing hand grenades in different corners and keeping everybody away from the big picture, because I think there's more going on with Russia than he cares to even let anybody know. But I don't know why America's turning such a blind eye. And this has got nothing to do with Trump. This has got to do with life. I don't even speak on the whole Trump thing. It's got nothing to do just people bullshitting people, whether you jockeying a bunch of women or whatever you're doing. It's the same aspects. It got nothing to do with the presidency. It's got to do with whatever you're doing of abundancy is not right, and you're trying to cover your tracks constantly every day. You're trying to keep your wife from knowing you jockeying 4 women on the side. So you're working your ass off. You know what I mean? So if you look at him and put that same scenario as somebody cheating on their significant other, and how much work and effort you got to do to keep the significant other's mind frame in another mind frame while you keep trying to clean up your act, go get with your little hoochies on the side, and keep everything cool in the life and the family. And this is what he's doing. They done did so many deals with Russia. Russia's being tight-lipped, but Russia's got nothing to lose. Russia's actually sitting back waiting for the hammer to fall, because everything you do in the dark comes to the light.
Absolutely.
And all these different distractions, and Congress is not doing anything because they don't know what to do. The biggest problem you can have in life, and we all experience it, is having a boss that's an asshole, okay? It fucks up your whole day. Excuse my expression. We need to throw a disclaimer out there for that. I'll put $1 in the cookie jar. But if you come to work every day and your boss is an asshole, your whole day has a cloud over it. It might as well fucking rain on your shoulders because you don't know what to do. You sit up there saying, wow, man, I'm trying to work my ass off, do my thing. This is what I do for a living. I'm into it. I love my job. But my boss is an asshole. And this daughter, Congress, sitting there they don't know what to vote on, what to do, which way to turn. They're following him. But some of them, like McCain and people like that, old school jokers are like, I ain't following that joker. You kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, I ain't following him. And you know, so he don't have nothing to lose. But right now, all this stuff is distractors. I think everything they're doing, because you don't want to play with this medical stuff, you know? You don't want to play with it. You don't know how it's going. When you start giving doctors and different insurance companies leverage to do different things, and they drop, because, you know, insurance companies and doctors, they drop the ball on you anyway.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, I made an appointment, and before I can even get to the doctor for him to even say hello to me in the office, over the phone, his secretary took all my health information. Give me. I said, why am I giving you all this stuff, and I never even met you jokers? Well, we take all this before you come in the office. I'm like, well, damn. If I give you my medical card number and all my information, and you ain't even met me yet, you could do what you want to do to my card. That's my medical card with my number of membership and subscription. Mm-hmm. And I'm giving it to you, and I never even step in your office. And this is how they roll nowadays. Okay, what's your name? What's your this? What's your that? Okay, I need your medical card number, blah, 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 blah. And you haven't went in there. So now that Trump is giving them more leverage to get even deeper, to have more power, man, boy, when the stuff hits the fan, it's gonna be ugly.
It's already ugly.
Yeah, but the ugliness comes from the distraction of the Russian stuff. Okay, that's why all these because now once that comes down and gets ugly, okay, we got to clean it up. So long as you ain't paying attention to the Russian thing, he'll get rid of all the little. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. I'll shut my trap.
All right, Ketel, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I can.
She's thinking about it.
Nope. I had enough of 5.
All right. Well, we're going to keep it moving then. Let's see. What else we have? The Boy Scouts.
Yeah, the Boy Scouts. Yeah, let's get into this here situation. That's pretty deep. I mean, this.
Yeah, what's going on with the Boy Scouts?
I guess you can draw your own opinion on here, but the Boy Scouts' decision to welcome girls isn't completely welcome. Okay, mm-hmm. We're just reading this from the Associated Press. The Boy Scouts will soon include girls, and not everybody's happy about it. Okay, the 107-year-old organization announced Wednesday that younger girls will be allowed to join Cub Scouts, and older girls will be eligible to join the prestigious Eagle Scouts, which is the boys and all their little medals and little merits and all that jazz. Okay? Now, the historic decision comes years after receiving requests from families of girls. All right? Girls are requesting, they send countless letters saying, we want our girls to be part of the Boy Scouts. I don't know where they woke up and got that analogy from, but I guess that's what they want to do. The group said it's considering the input of current members and leaders. They still have to get different input from other leaders before it becomes final. All right? But the Boy Scouts of America said the extension is also aimed at helping busy families consider programs for all children. And I'm sure they're talking now we can merge this whole revenue thing. And I think I see some cookies on the horizon. The Boy Scouts ain't doing nothing to make that money. But the Girl Scouts, when it comes to them cookies, they making that money.
They make millions of dollars a year selling those cookies.
Yeah, especially off of me when it comes to them Thin Mints. But anyway,
you
that's
one
another
of them,
story,
huh?
yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, the whole situation is going to unfold shortly when they get approval from the whole thing. So, but if you got any questions or comments, if you're listening now, you can just press 1 and be put into the queue, because I think this really should have some discussion on where you think this would lie when especially with the Cub Scouts meeting the girls, you know, and they were called brownies, right? I think.
Yeah, they were brownies.
Brownies,
Girl
yeah.
Scouts.
Now, when the brownies come over to the Cub Scouts and the girls come over to the boys' little what do you call it, Eagle Scout, damn, okay. It's going to be crazy. I mean, because I think the women are going to kick their ass, because a woman's mental metabolism is a lot stronger at an adolescent age than a boy. I think the preoccupational thoughts are a lot different at that age between boys and girls. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. So if you got any questions or comments on this story, you can give us a call, 914-803-4306. You're already on the line. Just press 1. You'll be put in the queue, and you can let us know how you feel about the...
I just pressed 1.
Okay.
Oh,
Redwine.
I understand what you're saying about it. They say that they want to try to make it more convenient for the parent, because if you got a boy and you got a girl and one is in the Boy Scouts, one's in the Girl Scouts, chances are they're meeting in different locations, different days of the week, and all that stuff. So when you got to take one over here and then you're running on the next day of the week to take this one over there and all of that ripping and running and stuff, okay, well, I just want to say that that's no different from when your kids are in dance class, soccer, music, kung fu, karate, and all the other stuff that kids do. You still end up doing that. You got to run one to this one and one to the other event. It's the same process. So they can just stop with that bull talking about, well, we're trying to make it easier on the kids, on the parents. If that's the case, then stop calling it Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, call it the Kid Scouts, and merge the whole thing together. But you can't call it the Boy Scouts if you got girls in it. That doesn't even make sense.
So you're saying it's being done on a level of convenience?
Well, that's what they're saying. I'm saying I'm not buying it, because I'm saying that's no different. Right now, the same thing that parents have to do when your kids are in activities. If your kids are in I don't want to say gender specific, but I'll just say if you got one kid that plays basketball, one that plays football, one that's in dance, and one that's in karate, or two of them that have two different events, they're not going to be all in the same place at the same time. You're still going to have to run them around. So that bull they're trying to sell, talking about we're trying to make it convenient on the parents, that'll just be one thing that the kids all go to at the same time. So what? That's not a good enough reason to me, because some of the things that they cover are things that are specific to boys and things that are specific to girls.
Yeah.
And to merge all of that together, I think you're going to end up with a mess.
It's going to be like, what's that place called? Job Corps.
You know, I'm just saying, you know, what happens when you have the overnight camping trips? Now you're going to have a whole lot of chaperones.
Chaperones, honey.
Because kids will find a way. I know of kids that got busted doing the do up in church. Now, if you do it in church, you will surely do it out in the woods. So, I'm just saying.
Redwine getting it in.
I just think, you know, that's...
Well,
Go ahead, Ketel.
No, I was going to ask, my question was, I'm sorry, Redwine, that what is the age group that they're starting this this new venture with the girls and the boys? 12, 13?
Well, it doesn't...
I'm not sure what the age is for the Eagle Scouts.
Yeah, it doesn't give us an age group, but usually when it comes to scouts, whether it be Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, Cubs, or Brownies, you know, that starts maybe at the age of maybe 5 for the youngins, and I think it goes up to maybe 16, even maybe 17. It's the whole youthful age of adolescence, pretty much. So there's a whole different array of. But like Redwine was saying, with the convenience being in place, and also the fact that a lot of these little suburban areas that some people are moving to, they may not have been a Girl Scout association near them, but a Boy Scout association near them. So, like the convenience, seems like convenience is really the number one aspect. But
yeah, but that's an excuse.
Yeah, the tradition is just like, I mean, really, you know. I think that people need to go to a neutral corner so they can really relax and let themselves be free, because maybe girls and guys of adolescent age could be shy, you know, or they could have a little social anxiety about them, which could be natural at that age, and that could be very difficult to have to deal with, you know, different things like that, because when you're young like that, a lot of things come into play that when it comes to maturity and adolescence and puberty and all that stuff comes into play big time, you know. So.
Exactly.
But we won't elaborate on that. That's for the professionals to talk about. They just cover the story.
I just want to make one comment that when you say Boy Scouts, you know, that's a chance for the boys and the men to bond. You
to
know,
grow, exactly.
How are you gonna, do your program? You're going to be, quote unquote. I'm not saying, girls are soft and delicate, but we are. But so the reason we can't do that because she's a girl. So the boys they're gonna get some kind of way. So they have to be careful with this stuff. It's a touchy situation.
Yeah, especially when boys are growing up. We have our wet dream. We really don't need the girls around when we have our initial wet dream.
Yeah, I don't think they want
to. Because they think it's
a boy thing. It's a boy thing. It's a boy thing. A lot of things in life is a girl thing and a boy thing, and you don't really need the other gender around during that adolescent, delicate age when you're experiencing things. Life's come in, hair underneath your arms and things of this nature, what have you. And I think the separation has its place because that's the way, I don't want to put God up in there, but that's the way God intended it, for adolescents to grow in its own way and for people to be around you to understand it, can talk about you, keep it cool, say, yeah, you cool, everything is cool with that, don't worry, that's natural. But when you got another gender sitting there saying, damn, what's that, it can be very deep. But they'll see, they'll find out, they'll get it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get it just like pie in the face. We have a caller?
Yeah, let's pick up this caller, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Welcome to the Friday night Get It In. What's your topic?
Hello.
Well, this is Fancy from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, and I just wanted to comment. Hey, family. I just wanted to comment on the subject, the topic you're discussing now about the Boy Scouts. It is being frowned upon by a lot of people. I thought I heard something or someone say something about it was financial reasons why they were trying to, I don't say they're not merging, but like I also agree with Redwine where it would make sense to just change the whole thing then as opposed to allow girls in the boys club. That's why it's called Boy Scouts. So you don't let girls in the boys club, and you don't let guys in the girl club. But I heard something about, if I'm not mistaken, about some kind of financial struggles. They thought that would help.
Yes, that's part of what they're saying.
Do you know which one was having the financial struggles, caller? The girls or the boys?
They were saying the Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying the boys trying to get their hands on those cookies?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
you might have a point right there, Papa. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, regular cookies, not the cookies that Steve Harvey be talking about. Cookies,
Okay.
Cookies do sell.
No, but that really makes a lot of sense. That really makes a lot of sense because that cookie business is strong, and I think that the Girl Scouts really need to understand what they're going to be giving up when it comes to those cookies, man. I'm telling you, because that's major. Man, them Thin Mints, I'm telling you. You
like those, huh?
Shoot, girl. I can sit in the corner with a pack of Thin Mints and just get crazy with it. You know what I mean? You'd be like, damn, I done went in it. I'm a diabetic man, boy. It'd be crazy. But anyway, I just think that the cookies really in the revenue generated by those Girl Scout cookies, I think the girls need to understand they got a good hustle going on there. And do we really want to bring the boys up in on that? I don't know. They should think about that. So.
Well,
yeah, but I agree with
taking my call. Thank you for taking my call, family.
Well, thanks for the call.
I'm listening to see what's up next. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks.
All right, then. Appreciate it. Take care. All right. So it's
but
not
Papa,
just
you might have a good point. Yeah, you might have a good point there, Papa. They might be trying to get in some of that revenue, but as Boy Scouts, they should try to figure out how they can bring in some revenue in that retrospect instead of going all the way to the girls' side. It's going to be kind of rough there.
Well, the boys probably don't know what to sell.
Yeah.
Well, they've had a lot of challenges, because they just went through the whole thing about whether or not they would let the transgender kids be part of it, and they had the gay troop leaders, and it's just been one thing after another for them.
Yeah,
and the Girl Scouts haven't had a lot of controversy going on. They're just making money, doing their thing, recruiting new girls.
Having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. So we'll keep an eye on that. And
all right. Well, we're gonna kick it over to you, Ketel. You got the last hot topic about Jemele Hill. What's going on with her?
Yeah, I know everybody's heard about Jemele Hill in the news. This is her second suspension, and ESPN they ain't biting. They mad. So Jemele Hill, the Sports Center host on ESPN, whose tweets last month calling President Trump a white supremacist, calls the White House firing. Really? So she was suspended on Monday for once again running afoul of the company's social media policy. She's not reading that handbook. So after the Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said on Sunday that he would bench any players who disrespected the flag, Hill suggested on Twitter that fans who disagree with Jones's stances should boycott the Cowboys advertisers. So change happens when she tweeted, change happens when advertisers are impacted. If you feel strongly about JJ's statement, boycott his advertisers. So I think everybody got the wrong message when she sent that. So she also noted that some fans who supported players kneeling during the national anthem were continuing to watch the NFL games. So ESPN said in a statement that Hill was suspended for a second violation of our social media guidelines. She will not appear on television for the next 2 weeks. Yep, so they taking your stripes, lady. So she better be careful, you know, the things that you say, the things that you tweet. It's unfortunate when you're a public figure like that. And then female and African-American, you can't say but so much.
No, she'll be all right. There's only two free people in the world, a black woman and a white man. So she'll be fine.
You say that all the time.
That's right.
But, you know, I think people are getting the kneeling thing misconstrued because if you guys remember, the players who have protested for sitting or kneeling during the anthem have insisted that they are not disrespecting the flag or the military, but rather trying to raise awareness of the police brutality and racial injustice in the United States. So I think people, you know, what they're doing, they're misconstruing what's going on. And, you know, going back to our First Amendment, freedom of speech, we should be able to do what we want to do without you telling me I can't do it. So, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have just hijacked that whole situation. You know, I think about things like Black Lives Matter. When that movement started, it was a movement that was controlled by the people who started it. And then other people started jumping on the bandwagon, putting signs up and tweeting and having rallies and stuff talking about Black Lives Matter. And it appeared that they were part of that organization, but they were not. Just because you say it and you put it on a shirt or a sign doesn't make you part of the original organization. And then the police came out with Blue Lives Matter, and then white people started saying White Lives Matter. And then it's like, okay, so everybody's just going to hijack this whole situation.
Instead of coming up with your own ideals, your own sayings, you're going to take a narrative of something and change the narrative. I've never seen, and that's very prominent today. I think if you look back on the last 6 months in our lives, let's just go back just 6 months of our lives and see how much we have to sit back and deal with 50, 60 years ago mentality that's being displayed in 2017. Now, getting back to our Jemele Hill story, first of all, Jerry Jones is full of crap, okay? This man is the biggest hypocrite on the planet.
And he's the owner of the
He sat there a couple of weeks ago and kneeled down with the players and then stood. He's being led by Donald Trump like a puppet. See, because when all 32 owners, and now remember in football there's only 32 teams, okay? It is 32 owners, and they're all billionaires, all right? So when they all got together at their owners' quote-unquote meeting, they all got together and said, we're not going to bring Kaepernick back in the game, all right? So they locked that in. Ching-ching, lock it in. That's what's up. That's what we're doing. Now all of a sudden, when they seen the sympathy of different things from some of their season ticket holders, they say, all right, let's take a knee to please them. So he took a knee that one week when everybody's in the so-called BS solidarity. And then a week later, see, Jerry Jones should have said that thing about if you're going to take a knee, you'll be off the team. He should have said that in the locker room to the damn team. You don't go out on the air and say it on national TV because opinions are going to run rampant on anything you say in this world. And when you say that, you're throwing out slave mentality. You're telling people they only had a right to protest or the right to do anything because I'm giving you a paycheck. Well, look here. Do you choose your paycheck over your beliefs and what you stand for? I mean, is this people can think it's a hard decision, but really it's not. Who you stand
like
for?
telling somebody you do not have the right to have an opinion. And if I want you to have an opinion, and if I want you to have an opinion, I will tell you what it is.
And when it came off barbarically white like it did, and 87% of your employees are black, it makes you say, well, damn, you got a lot of nerve saying some bullshit like that.
You're right.
And this is how the world took that. And then when Jamel, who's a beautiful black sister in her right, in her life, and speaking how she feels, when she spoke on it, all of a sudden she's being chastised, only because now ESPN is trying to cover their ass. The biggest problem out here is that the people that are trying to cover their ass is the punk asses. You know, that's the sad part about it. And everybody is trying to be themselves is being punished by the jokers up top that are scared to do anything of any kind of this. And Jamel's not a criminal or crooked or, you know, she's just doing what she feels. And now, but Jerry Jones, the leaders of ESPN, all of them voted for Trump, contributed to Trump's election, and they got that kind of mentality. So, very interesting. We have a caller.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the lines. And caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Welcome aboard. What is your comment?
Yes. I was looking at world news one day last week, right, on this matter about the kneeling down and putting your fists in the air. Over there in Japan and China, at their sports events, when they do the national anthem, the players do not get on their knees and kneel down. You know what happens?
No, what happens?
Oh, the fans stand up and get me. Yes. Oh,
say that again.
Your phone breaking up a little bit. What was that again?
You said the fans do what now?
Yeah. Little fingers. This is what.
Caller, we might need you to call us back because your line is breaking up really bad. We're only hearing every third or fourth word.
Okay, let me call you back.
All right. Well, we're going to wait for that caller to give us a call back. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to say about Jemele Hill is that I understand that the ESPN has some kind of policy, but to me, I think that's bogus. Because as long as you're not representing the company and you have a personal social media account, why can you not exercise your First Amendment right to say what you think? What prevents you just because you belong with some other company that you can't get on Twitter or Facebook and say, I think Trump is a punk, and then your company comes down on you and wants to suspend you if I wasn't representing the company? So I don't understand that. Because
some people act on what they believe in really strong. You know, open-mindedness is not something that everybody's privy to in this world. I mean, open-mindedness, I think that's one of the most genuine things in this world that you can have, and I think that's when it comes to relationships, that's the number one thing you need in your partner is open-mindedness. Because if every time you go to talk to somebody that they feel you may be pushing up on, and they come across the room and say, what are you doing, with jealousy and all that, you know, that's a long day, man. It's a long day. So, I mean, I'm just using an example.
Yeah.
But some people have their opinion on things. You know, open-mindedness is not there. And a lot of Trump supporters and people that back him, they're one-way people. As soon as they hear something, they change the narrative. You know, nobody was even saying anything about the flag and not honoring the flag. But they threw that narrative out there, sold it to their people, and that's what they went with when they went to combat. See, they couldn't combat against the brothers of the NFL unless they came out with a different narrative. Mm-hmm. They had to meet them halfway with something different. oh, they disrespecting the flag. And if the brothers didn't mean that, it's just deep. You have to listen with the third ear and see with the third eye.
You're right.
If you a person is sitting back and just swallowing everything you see and hear, you got to pay attention today. If you ain't paying attention, your ass is so lost today because this world is so mystic with crap that you can't walk around being some old jerk off thinking you doing things and you don't even know what's really going on. I'm telling you really have to be up on your game today.
All right. Well, we're going to pick up a caller. Let's go to the line. Caller, you're live on the air. Welcome to the Pajama Party Show. What's your comment?
Okay, I'm back now. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, now I was speaking on about the protests, all this kneeling down. I said about what I've seen on TV last week about over in Japan and China.
Right.
The players, when they do the national anthem, the players do not kneel. The fan stands up, turns it back, and put the middle fingers up.
Oh, my God.
That's their protest.
What?
Yes. Over there in Japan.
Is that a protest or what? What is that?
Yeah. At their sports games. That's what they do. Since all this mess going on, the players do not kneel down. When they do their anthem, everybody just stands up in the stadium and turn it back and put the middle finger up.
Oh, my God.
And the middle finger means the same over there as us up here?
I guess so.
Okay.
Wow.
And what's the name?
That's deep.
Redwine, like you were speaking on about the social media. Think now, when all this first started, certain jobs tell you, do you have a social media account? No, you have to get rid of it. Now, see what it is? What it is, they don't understand. They told you if you have a social media account, you better close it, get rid of it. Okay? But now, see, social media, people getting themselves in trouble. They're getting themselves in trouble. They don't know what they're about. Okay? Don't know what they're about. There's getting a lot of jobs, and all of a sudden, all end up, I apologize. No, you didn't. You should never say it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with you, Paul. Yeah, I agree with you because a lot of people that have jobs, they don't read the handbook. And if you don't read the handbook to see what's in it, the things you can do and you can't do, you're going to go out there and just do whatever. And then when that time comes, you're going to get suspended. You're trying to figure out why. Because your ass didn't read the damn handbook. That's why.
Because I have what type of work I do, home improvement. I've been to some people's houses and they say, what you hit me on social media. My job, I don't have it. I can't do it. Okay?
Right.
People not thinking.
Right. You're right.
Oh, and real wild, you said about Jerry Jones. Yeah, he said he stuck his foot in his mouth, not his ass. Oh, excuse me for that. But 2 days later, he gets on the phone talking to Mr. Trump. All of a sudden, if you don't do this, you gotta go play today. See, he was all for it.
That statement came right after he spoke to Trump and came out with a non-open-minded attitude.
Pretty blue on with his knee down on that dirty ground. Soon as Mr. Trump called him, okay, Mr. Trump, the next one do it. They ain't gonna play today. See, that don't make no sense.
That was a week later.
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
That's a bunch of hypocrisy.
We appreciate your call there, caller. Thank you very much for your input.
Okay.
All right, sir.
All right, we're going to move on to what are we doing? We're taking a break, and then we're coming back.
We'll take a small break. We'll come right back.
Coming back with what? The
Hit and quit it.
Okay, we'll be right back.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because you know we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier, or is it Misery Loves Company, or whichever. Tell them to call us up. on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One equals Poppa DD. I'm your Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right, those are some very interesting topics that we spoke on earlier. Like we said, you really got to stay woke in the world today because stuff will pass you by if you sit back lunching thinking life is business as usual. Boys are not. So we're going to go to our next segment, which is hit it and quit it topics. The first one, Redwine is going to lay on us, is about China pleading with Trump to cool it with the North Korean threats.
Yes. Now, this story came out this week. As Trump continues to spout threats against North Korea, China is pleading with the United States to just cool it and stop with the games. Now, that's coming from China. In an editorial published on Tuesday in the People's Daily, China urged the United States and North Korea to engage in dialogue and negotiation and find a solution for the ongoing security dilemma. So the bottom line is that China is basically saying by all this bellicose and insane statements from Trump, it can be said that he has lit the wick of war against us. That's the way they're saying it. Mm-hmm. Trump is threatening to totally destroy North Korea. He's calling him Rocket Man. He said Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and his regime and all this kind of stuff. Rocket Man referring to the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un. And China is urging Trump to ditch all the inflammatory rhetoric and seek a more diplomatic route. And they're saying that Trump has repeatedly made it clear his distaste for dialogue and his preference for military action. But war on the Korean Peninsula would be catastrophic, according to what the Chinese government is saying. So they're warning that this kind of strategy that Trump is using could backfire bigly, to use Trump's word. And that's what they said. This could backfire bigly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that story. I don't blame them. They're saying, look, you need to chill with all of the name calling and keep pushing his buttons and, as the saying goes, poking the bear. Stop poking that bear.
Why do you think they're saying that?
Because they're not trying to get dragged in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he keeps going to them saying, you need to get your boy. You need to get your boy. And they're like, look, Kim Jong-un is not our boy. Just because he's near us doesn't mean we can control him any more than you can. But what they don't know is what we've said before. You don't know what the relationship is between China and North Korea, or South Korea for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So to keep on trying to get China to fix things up and calm it down, even if they could, how can they do it if he keeps on starting crap?
Right.
If he would just chill for a minute, maybe they could make some leeway. So.
Because you never know who's who and what's what. And as the saying goes, there's no loyalty amongst thieves.
There it is.
So therefore, Trump does not know what North Korea and China is doing on the side. It's like when you play the game of craps. It's all about the side bets. And it's about the person throwing dice. It's the people on the side with the side bets on what numbers you going to roll.
That's how that works.
Okay. Well, it works a lot of ways, but side bets is big. And Trump don't know who's on what, who's doing what. So as he's talking, he's messing up relationships that has nothing to do with him.
Exactly.
So the world is big, and the world is round, and it keeps on going around and around. And to have that closed mind like he does with a flat land, aspect of your life, it's going to get deep.
No,
we're not going to elaborate on that.
That bullet and China shop routine does not work well.
Yeah. I'd rather be feared than respected.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're going to hit them and quit them.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Ketel, you got the next story out there?
Yeah. I sure do. You guys might have to sit down for this one.
Okay.
The Coach Company, Coach Incorporated, that sells popular handbags, would change its corporate name to Tapestry Incorporated. said it on Wednesday, as it's trying to create a broader umbrella for its high-end brands without diluting the iconic name known mainly for selling luxury handbags. Really? By changing it to Tapestry. Check this out. The company's shares only went down 2% following the name change. This company is 76 years old. Changing its corporate identity, with many Twitter users criticizing the decision. They were founded in a loft in Manhattan in 1941. Coach has grown into a multi-billion-dollar company, building its business on the success of the Coach handbags, as everyone knows. Coach, however, has lost some of its shine in recent years due to the financial recession and increased online shopping. That's just inevitable. So check this out. Coach bought smaller Kate Spade for $2.4 billion earlier this year. And they also bought the shoemaker Stuart Weitzman in 2015, broadening its portfolio, transforming it into an upscale fashion house. And this is going to go into effect October the 31st. So if you do New York Exchange, the new symbol is going to be TPR. So
are they changing the name on the handbags? If you buy a bag now, is it going to say Tapestry instead of Coach?
No, that's not what it's saying. It's just the corporate name. So if you're going to do any trading or anything like that, it's going to be changed to Tapestry. But from what I gather, they're still going to have the Coach logo because that's considered under the umbrella of Tapestry now. So.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So, interesting. Let's see how's that going to wash. But if they change the name on the handbag, they crazy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't own any of that stock anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. All right.
Well, I got another one about this Louisiana sheriff. This sheriff says the story is about this sheriff who wants to keep the so-called good prisoners in jail because he wants to keep using them for free labor. Now, this happened last week out of the, I'm not sure how you pronounce this parish. Is it Caddo or Cato? C-A-D-D-O. I'm going to say Cato. Cato Parish in Louisiana. Sheriff Steve Praetor blasted the state's justice reinvestment package, which was a series of bills that were passed in June that could reduce the prison population by 10% and save more than $260 million over the next 10 years by slowly releasing nonviolent offenders. Now, the legislation is set to become effective next month, November the 1st, and it would authorize the early release of 1,400 prisoners across 21 parishes in the state of Louisiana. Now, 35 of those prisoners would immediately be released out of the Cato Parish, but that seems to be the problem for Sheriff Praetor. He says, I need them to stay around and wash cars. Now, does he sound like a plantation owner to you, or is it just me? He said that in addition to the bad ones, meaning the prisoners, they're releasing some of the good ones that we use every day to wash cars, change oil in the cars, cook in the kitchen, and to do all of the stuff that helps us save money. And when you let them out, these are the ones that we use to work in the work release programs. So he's looking at what is essentially modern-day slavery, to keep these so-called good ones, even though they could be eligible for early release. He wants to keep them around to keep that good labor going, because that's free labor. Isn't that what slavery was? Free labor?
That's Webster's meaning.
Exactly. So that's what he's trying to do, and he's upset. And he's saying that he thinks that this is being motivated by Louisiana wanting to get rid of the I guess you call it a title of being the state that has the most incarcerated people. And by them now passing this legislation, they're going to start getting some of these people out, the nonviolent people, get them out of the system and bring down their numbers. And Praetor, this sheriff, is saying, oh, y'all just want bragging rights to say we're not the worst, the most incarcerated state anymore. But all he's looking at is y'all going to take away all my free labor. And just as a matter of fact, at least 66% of Louisiana's prison population happens to be black.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. And here's another thing. It says that there's disturbing parallels between today's prison labor practices and a 19th century system in the South called convict leasing, in which African Americans were rounded up by police and charged with minor offenses like loitering so that they could be sold to plantation owners as cheap labor. I'm going to drop the mic on that one. So I'm putting this sheriff straight for him. This is in Louisiana. Yep.
Man. Whew.
Well,
I don't plan on going in no time soon. Not in that county.
The person that spoke on it is in Louisiana. Other people are doing the same practices. They're not speaking on it. But the one from Louisiana was the one that spoke on what's going on for real. So it's very interesting. I'm telling you, this is, shoo.
Yeah, he just wants to keep prisoners for free labor.
Yeah, well, he waking up every morning and his grass is cut and the trees are trimmed and
cars are washed.
And everything is cool, and you know, it's amazing. It's just I mean, God don't like ugly. I mean, I think the karma that comes from this, you know, will just be horrible. I just hope the restitution of these people, you pray for these people and hope that the restitution of these people comes soon, and that that particular aspect of this, that sheriff, hopefully that attitude dies off some way, somehow, and they find peace. You know, God bless them. You know, that's all I can say.
Well, you got the next story, Poppa DD. What you got for us?
Let's see here. What we got?
Chance the Rapper.
Chance
What's
the
going
Rapper.
on with him?
He teams up with Lyft to raise even more funds for Chicago schools. I hope this is real and good, you know, because anybody we team up with just seems to be just doing it for the benefit of them as opposed to us. But Chance the Rapper has partnered with Lyft to bring even more resources to Chicago public schools. Lyft is the, I guess, the biggest competition of Uber and things of that nature. A ride-sharing type situation. People that all got together to put the taxi cab out of business. Lyft announced on Tuesday that those using the app in Chicago can round up their fare to the nearest dollar to donate to Chance Art and Rich Fund. All right? Customers can go to the app setting tab and just punch in round up and donate and choose CPS, which is the initials for Chance's Foundation. The new Chance Fund is automatically donated at the time of the ride. So whatever your stuff is, you get the change of it. You know, if your fare is $6.32, you'll get whatever the 32 to the dollar is, which is a good idea. As long as everybody lives up to it, you know. So through the new Chance Art and Literature Fund, I'm committing to. He says that I'm committing to giving the kids in Chicago as much as I can. And now that Lyft with Lyft's Roundup and Donate, we can give them much more because the more people ride, the more money we can raise for our public schools, which are deteriorating and really won't get a second chance unless we have new money to put in effect. So Chance the Rapper is doing some positive things there, trying to get some money in. As long as Lyft writes a check and keeps paying that money back to the people like they're supposed to, everything will be fine.
So finally, some good news.
So we'll keep a microscope up Lyft's ass and make sure they're doing the right thing. All right?
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean?
All right. Yep, I know what you mean.
We don't trust nobody.
All right. Ketel, you're up next. What you got for us?
Oh, okay. I'm on with papers. Let me keep rolling. Okay, my bad. Well, we're going to get back into this unfortunate Las Vegas shooting. They're talking about a different timeline, and there was someone else, one of the employees there at the hotel, that said that he, tried to warn people. So a maintenance worker said, on that Wednesday, he told hotel dispatchers to call police and report a gunman had opened fire with a rifle inside the Mandalay Bay before the shooter began firing from his high-rise suite. And the revised timeline has renewed questions about whether better communication might have allowed police to respond more quickly, which makes sense. So it seems like they could have taken the gunman out faster than what was reported. So this worker, Stephen Stoltz, told NBC News that he was checking out a report of a jammed fire door on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay when he heard gunshots in a hotel security guard who had been shot in the leg. So it sounds like apparently this guy, he did hear, may not have seen it, but he heard, I guess, that security guard being shot at that time. So he peeked out from another alcove and told him to take cover. So as soon as I started to go to the door to my left, the rounds started coming down the hallway. This is what the guy, Stephen Schultz, said. He said, I could feel them pass right behind my head. So I guess if the police had responded a little faster and had heard this employee on the radio, some lives might have been saved. That's what it sounds like to me. So they're saying, I guess they have to work on their timeline and I guess the things that they could have done better as far as communication to, to everyone else, I guess. So, but I guess this is something that's going to continue to unfold, because you're going to get different timelines from different people from what they heard. But hopefully we can get an accurate timeline so they can do things a little better and communication can be better. So.
Yeah, it has been changing like almost every day. They got a new timeline. Right.
But I still think that something could have been done before time, like someone mentioned, and I thought of it. If this guy had his do not disturb sign on his door for 3 days, I would kind of question that, check if the man is okay, if he's in there alive or dead, just to check on, that's just customer service, But I don't know.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Change. Yeah, we have to see if things are going to change in these hotels and if they're going to watch more closely and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I didn't appreciate that guy, Steve Wynn, from which hotel is he with?
He's with MGM.
MGM. He was on the TV talking about how his hotel would have done things differently and how they check things like those do not disturb signs. If it's on the door for more than, 24 hours or something, that they go in the room or knock on the door or something. And I just felt like, is this really the time to try to compare, what your hotel does, since your hotel was not affected by this, not directly anyway. Why would you even be on TV making statements about that? But that's just my opinion.
Well, we live in a world where advertisement costs big money, and I think Steve Wynn probably made that statement about he's the owner of the MGM Hotel.
Wynn Hotel.
And I think he made that statement during that time frame because Mandalay Bay is one of his competitors. So in order for him to not have to advertise that week in advertisement, he said, we'll do it better than that. And I guess it was very cynical.
I didn't like it.
But I'm sure his PR people said that was a great advertisement move, kind of thing. The world is mostly cynical. The stuff people do is really deep. But you're right, though, Redwine. That was bad timing. But he don't care.
I thought it was in very poor taste.
He saved $10 million in advertisement. He really did, just by speaking on something when something else was. He really kicked that hotel while they were down.
Exactly.
Right.
People lost their lives.
Yeah, we would never.
Why would he be talking like that?
He got on there with his little suntan and all his little hair color and his little his little brown. He's 80 years old and his hair is browner than mine. And
I just put him on the kiss it list.
Steve wins.
Yep, I know that's right.
I got him, Ketel.
All right.
He makes a nice little
All right, we got one more hit and quit it. Go ahead, Ketel.
Well, let me just make this comment. He could have said that we could work together as hotels and we could do things differently. Not like Papa said. I mean, that, like you said, it was free advertisement for him, but that's what people do, you know. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He brutally
keep it moving.
took advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
We got Eminem.
Oh, Eminem.
Eminem speaking up on the BET Hip Hop Awards. He came out with his little thing with Donald Trump, you know.
Yeah, I heard he ripped him a new one.
Mm-hmm. The real Slim Shady is standing up to President Donald Trump. Eminem slammed the president as a kamikaze who will probably cause the nuclear holocaust, he said. Okay. So the brutal 4.5-minute takedown called The Storm featured the Detroit rapper taking on Trump and his supporters over racism, gun control, immigration, Twitter feuds, and more. Eminem also drew a line for his fans. If you're for Trump, you could be with him. So he's saying like, yo, we're the liberal, open-minded side of the fence, and he's not even with it. So, and I didn't hear any backlash up to this point from Trump. So I think that crazy recognized crazy and game recognized game. So I think Trump knows who to come back at and who not to come back at.
All right, I did hear that. One of the rappers came on, was on social media and was like, so Trump, you gonna come back with a diss, what they call it, a diss tape or whatever or something? You gonna clap back or what you gonna do? But I doubt he'll respond to this one.
Oh nope. We're gonna leave that one alone. He know when to hold, when to fold.
All right. So we got a little clip of what he said. You want to put a disclaimer out there first, or?
Oh no, we're just gonna let you know it's raw.
Yeah, it's raw.
It's Eminem, and if you didn't hear it, here it is.
It's the calm before the storm right here. Wait, how was I gonna start this off? I forgot. Oh yeah. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not, but that's all I got till I come up with a solid... Got a plan and now I gotta hatch it like a damn Apache with a tomahawk. I'ma walk inside a mosque on Ramadan and say a prayer that every time he talks, she gets a I'ma stop. But we better give Obama props, cause what we got in office now's a kamikaze that'll probably cause a nuclear holocaust. And while the drama pops and he waits for shit to quiet down, he'll just gas his plane up and fly around till the bombing stops. Intensity's heightened, tensions are rising. Trump, when it comes to giving a shit, you're stingy as I am. Except when it comes to having the balls to go against me, you hide them. Cause you don't got the nuts like an empty asylum. Racism's the only thing he's fantastic for. Cause that's how he gets his rocks off and he's orange. Yeah, sick tan. That's why he wants us to disband, because he cannot withstand the fact we're not afraid of Trump walking on eggshells. I came to stomp. That's why he keeps screaming, drain the swamp, because he's in quicksand. It's like we take a step forwards, then backwards. But this is his form of distraction. Plus, he gets an enormous reaction when he attacks the NFL, so we focus on that and instead of talking Puerto Rico with gun reform for Nevada, all these horrible tragedies, and he's bored and would rather cause a Twitter storm with the Packers. then says he wants to lower our taxes, then who's gonna pay for his extravagant trips back and forth with his fam to his golf resorts and his mansions? Same shit that he tormented Hillary for and he slandered, then does it more. From his endorsement of banning support for the Klansmen, tiki torches in hand for the soldier that's black and comes home from Iraq and is still told to go back to Africa, fork and a dagger in this racist 94-year-old grandpa who keeps ignoring our past historical deplorable factors. Now if you're a black athlete, you're a spoiled little brat for trying to use your platform or your stature to try to give those a voice who don't have one. He says you're spitting in the face of vets who fought for us, you bastards. Unless you're a POW who's tortured and battered because to him you're zeros because he don't like his war heroes captured. That's not disrespecting the military. This is for Colin. Ball up a fist. And keep that shit balled like Donald the bitch. He's gonna get rid of all immigrants. He's gonna build that thing up taller than this. Well, if he does build it, I hope it's rock solid with bricks. Cause like him in politics, I'm using all of his tricks. Cause I'm throwing that piece of shit against the wall till it sticks. And any fan of mine who's a supporter of his, I'm drawing in the sand a line. You're either for or against. And if you can't decide who you like more and you're split on who you should stand beside, I'll do it for you with this. You. The rest of America, stand up. We love our military and we love our country. But we hate Trump!
Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
Woo. And I don't think, you know.
I'm going to raise my fist and my glass to that one.
I tell you, I think when Trump hears something like that.
Mike.
Yeah. There's something about staged anger and people that are angered from their heart, and that's a big difference. You know, I think sometimes Trump sells a lot of wolf tickets and a lot of crocodile tears on stuff and act like he really is concerned, but you can hear in Eminem's voice that he's really serious about what he's doing.
Oh, he was dead serious.
And you really don't, and sometimes you really got to know who to mess with, and sometimes Trump knows who. There's a few people out there Trump don't mess with. He doesn't mess with Whoopi Goldberg. He doesn't mess with Joy Behar from The View. He don't mess with them girls because he knows just who come back on his ass, you know, and you know.
Eminem went in.
Yeah.
Woo.
So.
And I saw this video. He was just looked like a garage, like a parking garage, with a group of guys just standing around, and he was just walking around, just coming out of his head with stuff. No music. No studio, none of that. And you know, so deep about that is not really so much Eminem, it's for BET to allow that to be, you know. Now peep this here. Now BET is not even owned by black folks anymore. That's right. They're owned by Viacom.
So that's not even a black company. They got the black in the name and the black in the whole the way they're selling their product. But and this is the reason why they're hiding behind that, because the first thing Trump is going to think, you know, and just let me say one more thing, too, while I got it on my mind. When Trump today was talking about the different moves he made with the medical thing, he was saying, this made me know just how his thinking metabolism as the CEO is, and this is why we don't understand. We as normal middle-class laymen in this world, people just living under the eyes of God and trying to understand life as it is, birth and death and everything in between. But Trump was saying today that the reason why he said all this little rhetoric, well, I signed this bill so the insurance companies can do this and that, and the doctors can do this and that, because ultimately we want to be able to satisfy the shareholders. I was like, damn. Where did that come from? No, the shareholders, meaning, you know, the people that's got an interest in whatever is going on. whether it be insurance, doctors, what have you. So it just goes to show that he's still looking for rich folks' bottom line, even on the backdrop of poor folks' medical situations. So that mentality, the sad part about life is that once you have developed a certain mentality up in your ass, and it's crazy, wrong, and it buckles on anything against righteousness, that's when people become scary. When you meet people that are so set in their ways with stuff that is so off the beaten path of the general public, that's when they look very scary. It's like, wow, man, you believe in that? I mean, because they've cashed in. Like when you see sometimes black folks like talking heads on these shows that are talking with a Republican overtone. Speak of a Trump, like a guy named Paris. If you get an opportunity, pull up on Google a black gentleman. His last name is, I don't know his first name, but his last name is Paris. And this guy, oh my God, he's a Republican strategist, and he's just, oh my, phew, and he's a dark-skinned brother. So you hear this brother talk, it's crazy.
I thought that was your boy.
Yeah, he ain't my boy. Anyway, but I just want to get that out there to show that people are more concerned about the bottom line and their shareholders and their stock price and where it is on Wall Street or where it is in the stock market than they do about people living regular lives with children and just trying to get some Similac and Pampers and some WIC and whatever, So it's very heavy. So.
All right. Well, while you got the mic, you want to go ahead into your what's poppin'?
Yeah. Let's like I was saying earlier, and I'm gonna take that down to here. Okay. Let's speak on, like we were saying, just to keep it going. I'll give it 5 minutes. The whole disclaimer of things that are going on now today is just based on distractions, and distractions are big, and I'm just going to emphasize that just for a second on that. We can be, if you look at some of the stories that some of the people that Trump got rid of and fired, the different names out there, the people that's working with him from the beginning, these people are heavily involved in that investigation. And they're like all wrapped up in it. And these are the ones Trump let go with a so-called I fired him. And the manipulation that he did of the FBI guy, the dude that he let go, that was talking about he had more information on Hillary right before the election, and then Trump brought him in and then let him go. I mean, it's so interesting. I mean, it's just, you don't want to be preoccupied with it, but sometimes if you're not, you really don't know what's happening every day with this, and this stuff is really out of hand, and it's nothing to be. You don't want to sink or drown in it, but you really should understand it, And people that you meet and people you socialize with should understand it. If you meet somebody that's saying, "Oh no, I don't follow no politics," "Oh no, I don't follow," you need to take a second look at people that you know or friends or family members that are business as usual and ain't got a clue about anything that has to do with our political world and where we are with it. They're just like, they don't vote, they don't participate in anything, don't know about nothing. They just living life normal, like everything is good. You need to take a second look at that family member or that friend and say, damn, when the stuff hits the fan, or like Gil Scott-Heron said, when the revolution will not be televised, when things come along so heavy and so interesting here in the future, in the very near future. Like I said, we're getting signs earlier, just to recap the story about China. China's a major entity. When I went to school years ago, the three superpowers was the United States, Russia, and China. Those are the three superpowers. And now, the China being a superpower, they're worried. So why is China worried when they got one of the biggest populations out there? They got just as many nuclear weapons as Russia and America. They're loaded with everything they need. Their trade bargaining situation is everything you flip upside down got made in China on it, whether it be an ashtray, a cigarette lighter, anything, everything, a glass, a wine glass, a coaster, everything you flip upside down. What does it say on the back of it?
Made in China.
Made in China.
Or Taiwan.
Or Taiwan, all the little subsidiaries of China. So these people got plenty of money, plenty of resources, plenty of manipulative ability. But see, one thing America's weakness is, in all actuality, is the internet, the social media, everything we got going on as far as that computer every day and that social media. And these countries know that that's how they would take us out. It really doesn't take no bombs or rockets. All it needs to do is just disconnect the communications, and man, we'll be tripping. At least most of us will be anyway. But I'll kill that on what's popping for tonight. But all I can say is just, stay woke, listen with the third ear and see with the third eye.
Okay.
All right. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Ketel with the Yellow Top. I'm waiting to hear from you tonight. I'm at the Pajama Party Live. So you can reach us at 914-803-4306, or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Poppa DD and Redwine are trying to beat me down, so I need you to call back and back me up. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing, so call me now. 914-803-4306. I'm right here on WBJP Blog Talk Radio, waiting to hear from you. Here they come. I gotta go.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I want to host Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Where's that? Bonsoir.
Okay, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, darling.
Oui, pour say bonsoir.
Yes, bonsoir. Well, it's time for the weird news. And I'm going to kick it off with one about this psychic. We've got, out of Boston, a purported psychic who charged an elderly Massachusetts woman more than $3.5 million for exorcisms and spiritual cleansings, has pleaded guilty to evading taxes. Federal prosecutors say 41-year-old Sally Ann Johnson of South Florida ran businesses that claim to offer psychic readings and spiritual cleansings and strengthenings. Between 2007 and 2014, this woman says, prosecutors say that a Martha's Vineyard woman paid Johnson more than $3.5 million for services that claim to rid the woman of demons. Prosecutors say Johnson did not report the income and tried to hide the money so she would not have to pay taxes on it. Johnson pleaded guilty in court on Thursday and has agreed to repay the money back to the woman. And she is expected to be sentenced in January. Apparently, the psychic did not see this coming. That's all I got.
So I think if the lady in Martha's Vineyard had $3.5 million to just play with, damn.
Exactly. You give it to this woman to help get rid of whatever's going on.
Her demons, because you don't know how she made that money.
Psychic, so whatever. So now the lady's got to give her the money back and pay the taxes and go to jail. And she never saw it coming.
Well, we don't know what kind of demons she had, so we really can't have no sympathy for her ass, because who knows who she manipulated to make that money. Ain't nothing but karma coming out her ass.
Yeah, but I'm putting that fake psychic on the kiss it list.
Put the lady on there, too, for
the lady, too?
Coming up with all that money. If she got $3.5 million to play with? Anyway.
Yeah, she was just taken in.
All right, we got another one here. Skinny dippers. You know skinny dippers. They're people that...
Naked swimmers?
Swim the buff. Skinny dippers dispute a Massachusetts... they disrupt a Massachusetts wedding reception. Now, this is in Salisbury, Massachusetts. The Associated Press reported this. A pair of skinny dippers gave a wedding reception at a scenic Massachusetts restaurant more than their viewing pleasure had expected. All right? Let's see. The person's name is Zanny Tompkins told the WHDH-TV he didn't realize there was a restaurant nearby where he and Holly O'Neill jumped naked into the water at a Salisbury beach on Saturday. The Salisbury Police Chief Thomas Flowers tells the Boston Globe that his department received several calls about the nude swimmers from both beachgoers and members of this wedding party that could see them right adjacent to the reception. So
that's crazy.
Flowers said the police charged a 29-year-old Tompkins his companion O'Neill of public nudity and celebrating, what do you call that, obscenity, what have you, but very interesting.
You said that was Tompkins and O'Neill?
Yeah, Tompkins and O'Neill. They're streakers. Okay. Streakers and skinny dippers and doing their thing. They're 29.
And they never even noticed that there was a wedding going on.
Mm-hmm. He's 29 and she's 20.
Mm.
So, anyway.
Okay, they're on the kiss it list, skinny dippers. Okay. All right, going over to you, Ketel. What's your what you got for us?
3 bears breaking to Colorado. I don't know what's up with Denver, Colorado. They doing a lot of crazy stuff. They couldn't find porridge, or for that matter, but that was a little concern to the 3 bears that broke into a pizza shop in Estes Park, Colorado. Judging from some of the Sunday heist, the Yerson family, unlike Goldilocks, was perfectly content eating food that wasn't, quote-unquote, just right. The mother bear and 2 cubs made a meal of pizza dough and salami, rifling from a trash can and a prep table to fit it. It was Antonio's real New York pizza. The bears gained entrance to the kitchen by ripping the drive-through window out of the wall. Oh, my God. They ate more than 40 pounds of around $1,000 in damage. And the restaurant owner, Antonio, asked that the bears be treated with mercy. And the bears need help, and we need to figure out how to help them. That's what he's saying. We've moved into the woods knowing full well they existed, and the idea they is ridiculous. So bears are a familiar concern in the Estes Park. So far this year, the town's emergency dispatch has fielded around 170 bear-related calls. Guess they're used to it, but I want them to be lenient on the bears. So, yeah.
Wow. They ripped the window out of the drive-thru?
Yep. I mean, bears, they got some strength there. Mama bear said, my cubs need to eat. So.
And they wanted that salami and that pizza dough, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Yeah, that's the weird news for you. That's why it's called weird news, because it's weird. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with me. And I'm just saying.
Je suis Ben Rouge. This is Redwine. And if you haven't heard of the Pajama Party Show, you have been missing out. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, what's poppin' with Poppa DD, weird news, and I'm just saying with me, Living for the City with Poppa DD, and the Hollywood Wrap-Up with Ketel, the Cocktail of the Week, my favorite, and the world-famous Kiss It List, and of course, the last word. We serve it up every week on A Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern at 914-803-4306, or you can listen live online at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
Hey, welcome back to a Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel. Yeah, Ketel. Ketel's not in the studio tonight. That's why she has a delayed reaction. All right. She's at the Bull Seaman.
Oh, no, not that.
You're at the Bull Seaman convention, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm here. I'm here again. I'm back.
Is that the collection site?
How's that collection of semen going with those bulls? Is everything cool out there?
Pretty well. Yeah.
Pretty sticky? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why she keeps going in and out. It's getting a little sticky up in there.
Okay. Anyway, we got the Redwine. What I'm just saying. What's going on, Redwine?
Oh, okay. Yeah, tonight I'm going to be brief, but I'm just saying I had a problem this week with a bank, and I'm going to put them on the kiss it list. But I just wonder, like, how many times have people had to deal with a bank that you have to practically fight them when they take your money from you when they weren't supposed to, and then you got to fight them to get your money back? I mean, how crazy is that? They take cold-blooded advantage of us because they can. They can get away with it because they hold all the cards. They have us over a barrel and they know it. I'm just saying, I'm tired of banks taking advantage of us. I had to fight with this bank recently because they issued a refund check to me in the name of a company that no longer has an account. So they give it to me, and there's nothing I can do with this. So I'm going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth trying to deal with this check. And they tell me one thing, and then you go up there, and then they got a new story. And I'm like, look, this was my money. Y'all took my money, and you don't give it back to me the same way you took it, electronically. That's the way they took it, out of one account. But when I say, why can't you just put it back the same way you took it, electronic transfer, they say, oh, we can't do that. System's not set up that way. I'm like, oh, I see. The system is set up for you to quickly grab my money, but slowly give it back to me. I got to wait for snail mail for you to send a check. So they played all these games, then you send the checks almost 2 months later getting it, and now I can't do anything with it because you didn't put it in my name like you said you would. So I go through all these changes, and finally I have to deal with a manager who says, oh, okay, well, what we have to do is we have to approve it first. So, let me get that done, and then we can cash it for you. So I go back up there, and then he says, I'm going to need another level of approval. I can't do it today. Bring it back tomorrow. And I'm like, are you kidding me for real? Am I going to get interest? Are you going to give me back something? Because you've been holding my money, making interest on my money. So do I get any of that interest? Oh, no, they won't do that. Y'all just want to take my money. You don't want to give me any of the benefit that you got from holding on to my money. I'm just saying, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of banks taking advantage of us. So after all of that, I finally get it, and then they want to be like, oh, well, we apologize for the inconvenience. It took all I had to not just go set it off up in that bank. Because in my mind, I was running scenarios like I'm about to set it off up in here. But I wasn't trying to get arrested. We had a show to do tonight. So I said, all right, fine. Let me just take my little bit of money and get on out of here. But I tell you what, I'm thinking about just go get me a couple boxes of mason jars and just put all my money in mason jars and store it in the cellar somewhere, in the basement, put it under the bed, hide it in a closet or something. I'm tired of I need my refrigerator, but I'm just saying, I'm tired of it. It's like every time you turn around, they hit you with fees, they dog you, they disrespect you, they treat you like some unwanted stepchild. They do what they want to do. And then when it's their mistake, they're like, oh, that was our mistake. Yeah, we'll get around to fixing that. Oh, really? But when I owe you some money, you just want to reach in and snatch it right out of my purse. But when you owe me money, I just have to sit back and wait till you get good and daggone ready. That's not right. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to contact the consumer somebody and complain about them because they really, that was some dirty stuff they did. They were dead wrong for that. And I know other people have been through it when you deal with these banks. I'm just saying, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm ready to launch a major protest. I'm going to start taking a knee when I go to the bank. I'm going to go in the bank and get in line, and I'm going to take a knee and put my fist up in the air and wait for somebody to say, what's all that for? And I'm going to say, I'm protesting. I'm protesting unnecessary, ridiculous fees that y'all charge people. I'm protesting, daggone it. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of these banks taking advantage, and I ain't going to take it no more. This is Redwine, and I've had enough.
That was a good one, Redwine. I know that's right. You ain't going to take it no more.
I ain't going to take it anymore. I'm going to go in the bank and drop down on my knee and put my fist in the air.
Put them on the kissing list. We won't say the name, but we'll say the bank that you attended.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Put on the kissing list bank that suck.
You going to take a kneel in front of the bank or at the bank teller, or where you going to take the kneel at?
I'm going to go in the side and get in the line and get on my knee and put my fist in the air. And as the line moves, I'm going to keep moving.
Oh, boy.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
On social media. That's crazy. Go ahead, go. I heard that.
I'm going to start a movement. I'm sick of it.
That's a good one.
Anyway.
I know that's right. You get a lot of people joining with.
It's crazy.
Boy.
But anyway, we're about to go to Poppa DD and living for the city.
Wow.
Whew. I got to calm down. I got to refill my glass. What you got for us, Poppa DD, tonight?
I went to the ATM machine and put it in there.
Well.
That was my suggestion.
That's what you would have done?
Yeah, because the ATM machine, nowadays when you deposit something in the bank, in the ATM machine, it's going to give you a portion, at least 50% of that money back at midnight that night.
Yeah, but see, I didn't want to deal with when they finally realized that wasn't made out to me. Now they're going to take it back and screw up my account. I wasn't going for it.
You still had to present the check somehow, put it in electronically like they're doing to you. You feed them back in.
That's all right. I'd rather fight them.
Stick the phone back in Godzilla's mouth.
I'm going to fight them.
Okay.
All right, living for the city.
Anyway, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Okay, this team had a couple weeks that was pretty heavy. Okay, on Sunday, the Miami Dolphins coach Adam Greasy, he announced that he'll be curbing the team's right to protest injustice by mandating everyone who doesn't want to stand for a national anthem to stay inside the locker room or the tunnel, which is cool. You know, that's fair. That way you ain't got to, if they feel like it's a spectacle and you work for the company and they tell you to do something different, then and for you to honor your job and keep your job, you do something different. But you don't do like Jerry Jones and just say, whoever stands is going to be let go. Yeah, like you can afford, y'all, what's their record right now? 2-3? Yeah. Like y'all can afford to do something, you know, y'all trailing my Eagles. Anyway. But that's not the big story, okay? That's not the big story. All right? The big story with Miami is that on Monday, the Dolphins' offensive line coach, his name is Chris Forrester, he was forced to resign, leaving the head coach in a bit of a pickle because he was a good coach, this guy. But according to the Miami Herald, there was a black woman, she was a model, her name was Kawana Nigel. Okay, she posted a video to Facebook of the married man, the line coach, okay, and he was doing drugs in the locker room of the Miami Dolphins, and he was recording himself on his own cell phone. All right, and he was bragging to her how he got it like that so tough that I can go ahead and snort this coke right here in this room before I go to a meeting, and he's cleaning his nose off. He was like a pro, you know. And they had the nerve to talk about married for life. Really? Come on. Anyway,
well,
there's no time stamp on the video, so nobody claims when it happened or when it was released. But it was definitely the coach of the Miami Dolphins. Okay. And it was certainly grounds for the guy Foster to step down from his position. He really should have been fired, but they gave him the opportunity to step down, to resign. Okay, so the video went viral, as you know, which has been it's been deleted recently, I guess, because of his racial whatever or his ethnicity. They erased the video, but he's snorting coke big time, 2 or 3 lines. Okay. And it was just interesting. Now, Nigel, the female, Kawana Nigel, she's saying, I can't believe the white people are mad at me. Like I forced that damn blow up his nose. And like I recorded the thing. I didn't give him the blow. I didn't force the blow up his nose, and I didn't record it. So why are white people mad at me? That's what she said on her Facebook account. Okay? So, anyway, they haven't even spoke on the sister yet. And we haven't even, ESPN hasn't put her on there at all because I don't think she really has anything to do with the video. She just turned the video in. He lost his job. But they show pictures of her. She's a very pretty girl. She's a model. And apparently he was up on her like sunshine in the movie Hall of Nights. So he had definitely turned her out. And he bragging to her about his drug use. And so, it's amazing how people could be so powerful and be so weak at the same time. How ironic is that? You got such a powerful job, but then you find you a sister that's a model, nice looking girl, and you threw your whole damn life away. You didn't give a shit about your wife. You didn't give a damn about your wife or your kids. Okay, like in the movie Hall of Nights, when he met Sunshine, that was it.
He was no more good.
He was no more good. So now he's out of a job. He's making like $4 million a year as a line coach for the Miami Dolphins, but he's gone. I don't know if you saw the video, but it's very interesting. He's just like
he was going
sniffing up Peru. But he was cheap, though. He was sniffing up with a $20 bill. I thought real players use $100. You know how they do it? Don't real players use $100 when they snorkeling?
I went through.
If I was snorkeling, I wouldn't use no less than $100. Anyway.
Above my pay grade.
That's it for that particular story.
All right, then. Hollywood?
Hollywood. You going out to Hollywood? You ready for Hollywood, Ketel, or?
Hey, I'm here.
You ready to do some Hollywood stuff, or?
Sure. Okay. Let's get right into it.
All right.
We have Megyn Kelly. Everybody knows about Megyn Kelly.
No, I don't. What's going on with Megyn?
She joined the NBC crew, but unfortunately, her ratings are not the best. The story goes on to say the former Fox News host was paid between, they don't even know how much she's being paid, $15 million to $20 million a gig for the gig. Has struggled since she started her new show last month. Yeah, that's what I say. They were trying to figure out a slot where to put her at, but she's getting between $15 and $20 million. Not only are ratings plummeting since Megyn Kelly joined the Today franchise, but Kelly's lead-in has also affected Kathy Lee and Holder's show. Interesting. They're not going to be nice about that. So, according to another source, Megyn's fellow Today Show talent is concerned as it makes sense and distracts from the whole franchise. So, right after the show premiered, another report in the Page Six claimed insiders were confused. Her was a political free zone when her work in hard news and politics was initially made her popular. So I guess they're trying to figure out her format. Why did they switch over a different format for her? She's hard nosed politics. So it was a few guests on there. They were saying that they wish they weren't on this. That she regretted going on her show when Megyn made a comment to an audience member about them becoming gay because of Will from Will and Grace.
What?
Oh. That's interesting. And also, additionally, she I saw this one. She ticked off guest Jane Fonda when she attempted to ask the 79-year-old about her plastic surgery. She's like, yeah, I've had plastic surgery. I don't want to talk about that. So Megyn, she didn't know how to take that, but she switched gears. But, I mean, can't you talk about something else? Okay. That's quite a bit. 15 to 20 million. I see why they cut out Tamara Hall. But I'm gonna get more into Tamara Hall and Weinstein. Also, Andy Cohen, he replaces Kathy Griffin on the New Year's Eve celebration. So he's going to join Anderson Cooper. Everybody knows Andy Cohen from his Bravo's Watch What Happened Live. He happened on this show. And so he's going to join Anderson Cooper on the New Year's Eve show. So Kathy Griffin, she's out. They've known for about 25 years, and they traveled together before, so they should be great together. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, how long that's going to last. We'll see. That should be interesting. But you haven't heard anything from Kathy Griffin lately, so.
No, not a peep.
She's been quiet, yeah. Also on the EO magazine cover, we have Cicely Tyson. Cicely Tyson is 92 years old. She is the second oldest to grace this cover. They had, who was the first? Iris Apfel. She was the first one, Fashion Guru. She was 93 when she graced the cover. They had older people like Meryl Streep, Tina Turner, Laura Hutton, but Cicely Tyson is the second. All right, she's looking good, too. It's a nice black and white cover.
How old is she? Your phone's picking up a little bit. How old is Cicely Tyson?
Just 92.
Wow, okay.
That's what I said. She still looks good. Okay, so we're going to get in the bulk of what's been going on in Hollywood. Harvey Weinstein. He says he's getting ready to he's entered a treatment facility for sex addiction, and he admits his sexual. But women that has complained on Weinstein, he says that it was consensual sex. But I guess the women, they beg to differ. So he is in a treatment since he got fired from his own company. You know, they have a board of people on his company, Weinstein company, and they said, you're fired because of allegations from these women. So they said, we got to let you go. You know, you terminated. Your employment here has been terminated. And I also heard they will change the name of the company also. I'm not sure what name they're going to change it to, but they're going to change the name of the company. So
good.
That should be interesting. So we're going to see how far that goes, since the Cosby thing, you know, unfortunately I had to say it's a black and white thing, but we're just going to see how far this is going to go. Going to sweep it underneath the rug, or are they going to really, bring it out to the forefront? So we shall see. All right, one last thing. We have some local news here. That's right down there on the waterfront on Water Street. If you're familiar with the D.C. area, they just put in a $2.5 billion, yes, I said billion, dollar development. It's known as the Wharf. That's where the flagship restaurants and some hotels used to be. But now they're going to have about 20,000 visitors daily. It just opened this Thursday. They have residential area. They also have 3 hotels. They have a theater. It's 3 million square feet of new residential office and hotel and public space. They have 2 metro stations near there, the waterfront and La Florida. A national service with the ferry. They have a water taxi also, take you from Georgetown to Old Town, Alexandria. And this is the first phase. They have 2 more phases that will be ending by 2021. So, I mean, you can't beat that. That's going to be real nice. And one movie, Marshall, starring Chadwick Boseman. He played in the movie James Brown. He's going to play Marshall, Thurgood Marshall. everybody knows he's the Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. So he's going to play him in a movie, and that comes out tonight. So, guys, go check it out. That's my Hollywood wrap-up.
All right. That was a good one. Got a lot of good stuff. Got to go see that movie, Marshall. That looks like it's going to be really good. I would like to go see that.
Yeah.
Well,
that actor, he's pretty good.
Yeah. I like him. I liked him in that James Brown movie. That was good. All right. Well, it's time quickly for the cocktail of the week. I got one for you. We've got the Kentucky Kiss. Going down south a little bit for the Kentucky Kiss. To make a Kentucky Kiss, you need 2 ounces of Maker's Mark bourbon, 1 ounce of strawberry puree, a half an ounce of lemon juice, half an ounce of maple syrup, and some club soda just to top it off. And what you want to do is put all the ingredients except for the club soda in a shaker filled with ice, shake it well, strain, and pour it into a cocktail glass, and top it with the club soda, garnish with a strawberry. You're going to like this one. This is called the Kentucky Kiss.
Thanks.
You might want to play Prince's Kiss song when you're drinking it, just saying. Anyway, let's go right into the Kiss It list. Speaking of Kentucky Kiss, what's the Kiss It list, Papa?
It's a list of everybody who showed their butt hiney, did something wrong, manipulated somebody, BS somebody, took somebody for granted, dogged the system. They're on the list.
All right. So I'm going to start it out with Trump for removing the Affordable Care Act subsidy for threatening North Korea and calling Kim Jong-un out of his name, and anything else crazy he did. Oh, for disrespecting Puerto Rico by talking about the FEMA can't stay there forever, making that comment. What was that about? Yeah. And anything else that he's done that we just didn't have time to cover this week. Trump's on the list. We got Sheriff Prater, that sheriff out of Louisiana, who wants to keep the nonviolent offenders locked up.
The good blacks.
Yeah, the good blacks. Keep them locked up to get free labor out of them.
Those are the house Negroes.
Yeah. We got Steve Wynn, who's the owner of the MGM Hotel, for just showing bad taste of talking about why his hotels would not have experienced what the Mandalay Bay experienced with the shooting. Mm-hmm. We got Sally Ann Johnson for being a fake psychic and a tax evader. We got Tompkins and O'Neill for skinny dipping when somebody's trying to have a wedding. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, for being a hypocrite. All the banks that suck. And PNC, I'm talking to you.
Ooh.
And Chris Forrester for doing coke in the locker room, Miami Dolphins.
At the orders of a beautiful sister.
Yeah, for letting sunshine mess
all
him
men
up.
desire a woman of color, no matter what.
Anybody else?
Wow.
Oh, Roger Goodell. Got to keep him on the list.
His wife?
Oh, yeah, his wife with the fake Twitter account.
Fake Twitter account? Yeah.
She had a fake Twitter account, got busted because she's been using that account to defend her husband.
Defend her husband.
What?
Great guy. Come to find out.
Why are you picking on him? He's just doing his job and stuff like that.
There's a lot going on.
God.
Isn't it amazing? It's amazing how rich folk act so poor. Go ahead.
I got one. Did you guys get the sheriff from Louisiana?
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah, I got him, Sheriff Prater.
Don't forget that guy was named Harvey, sex molester. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, Harvey Weinstein.
Mm.
Oh, yes, for sure. And also Coach for changing the name. What is wrong with Coach?
Yeah, those are my people. That's how I used to impress the chicks back in the day, buying them a nice little Coach bag. Well, I couldn't afford a bag. I'd probably get them the only thing I could afford in that store was a keychain.
Oh, okay. You got him a little leather keychain.
Leather keychain. That cost about $27.
Oh, wow.
That store was expensive as hell.
Okay. Anybody else? Because we want to give them their Friday night gift.
That's it.
All I got.
All right, here's your Friday night gift. Everybody on the Kiss It list.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can't kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, we're back at the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD, here with Ketel.
Hello.
All right. And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay.
Time for the last word.
Okay.
Poppa DD, what's your last word?
My last word is to stay woke and stay safe and watch yourself. And the people on the road, man, watch how you're driving, man. People drive so damn crazy. Maybe I'm too defensive when I drive, maybe, but some of you offensive drivers need to lighten up, man, because looking through my rearview mirror, y'all scaring the shit out of me. Damn, you ever look through your rearview mirror and somebody come up behind you, you just chilling, listening to music, going down the left lane, and if somebody comes behind you at 1,000 miles an hour, you're like, damn! Anyway, be cool, be safe.
Okay, and my last word is shout out to Puerto Rico. I know you feel forgotten. Trump is saying a lot of stuff that's not encouraging, but America is standing with you. There are people that are looking out for you. Even if our government officials are not, we got your back. That's my last word. Over to you, Ketel.
Okay. Oh, that was quick. I was just getting my thoughts together. My last word is GFS. GFS. I might put that on the T-shirt. God first, family second, and self third. And just in that order. Also, we need to be more compassionate about each other. And I want to send a special shout-out to Aunt Laura. It's her birthday tonight. And we love you.
Shout out to Aunt Laura and Uncle Tyrone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to shut it down. We'll see you next Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern.
And one more person we should have put on the Kiss It list.
Who do we miss?
We missed J-Lo.
Oh, J-Lo?
Yeah.
Okay, well, for whatever reason, J-Lo, you're on the Kiss It list.
Yeah.
We'll put her on next week.
We'll talk about that next week.
J-Lo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get her next week. All right, Pajama Party Crew out. Thanks for hanging with us. Visit us online, apajamaparty.com. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, growing sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party, party crew, keep it real for you.